Hello, I'm Harrison Keeley. Here's a quick look at today's top stories. First of all, Cleveland's police chief is retiring after a video showed him with a woman in an apparent love nest at a self-storage facility. Chief Wes Snyder announced his sudden retirement on Friday. A surveillance tape showed Snyder and a woman who wasn't his wife entering and spending about 90 minutes in the storage unit. The woman, Sharon Marr, is the executive director of MainStreet Cleveland, an organization that promotes the city's historic downtown district. The storage facility's owner said there was a horrible smell coming from one of his units. When he went to investigate, he discovered the love nest and called police. Inside the rental unit, officers found a rug, blankets, pillows, and a bottle of brandy. Snyder is retiring after 33 years with the Cleveland Police Department. Amazon.com will begin collecting sales tax on items it sells in Tennessee starting January 1st. The state expects a multimillion-dollar revenue boost when the change goes into effect. Amazon will be required to collect Tennessee's 7% sales tax and an average 2.5% in local sales taxes. Analysts say the tax will generate another $25 million a year for local and state government. Governor Bill Haslam contends that it's not a new tax. The state's just collecting sales tax that would have been paid if the items had been bought at local retail stores. And Amazon says losing the advantage shouldn't have an impact on sales in Tennessee. The company says it still offers the best prices with or without sales tax. Coffee County Dr. Harry Bharti is continuing to recover after he was shot at least 4 times by his estranged wife. The shooting happened in the Manchester Town Square on December 4th. But police say it wasn't the first time 47-year-old Brenda Bharti had pulled the trigger on her husband. The last time was in September 2012. Police say they were sitting in an SUV in Mississippi when she accused him of cheating on her and then opened fire. This time, Brenda Bharti shot her husband in front of a law office where they attended a mediation session. Harry's girlfriend was sitting in a nearby car at the time. Security video reportedly shows Brenda Bharti shooting her husband on the sidewalk, and when he fell to the ground, she continued shooting. Police say Harry Bharti's wounds were all, quote, below the chest plate. Brenda Bharti's bond was originally set at $1 million, but has been reduced to $250,000. A man was arrested in the women's bathroom of a local Walmart on Thanksgiving Day. Chattanooga County deputies say 41-year-old Anthony Roy Adams was hanging around the bathroom during the holiday sales rush. Authorities say he smelled like alcohol and told officers he knew the local sheriff in Ringgold. That's when deputies told him he had the wrong town and county. Adams tells us he never went into the restroom, at least he doesn't think he did. He was charged with public drunkenness and bonded out of jail after paying $135. Erlanger Health System says it can no longer afford to pay retiree health benefits, and the hospital is making some dramatic cuts. Its retirees will see their health insurance rates triple next year. It's the latest move in a series of cost-cutting measures enacted since CEO Kevin Spiegel arrived at the hospital. He says the cuts are necessary to bring Erlanger out of its financial slump. On the hospital's current $1,000 deductible plan, retirees pay just under $300 a month for a family. But starting next year, retirees could find themselves paying well over $1,000 per month. Erlanger says it will now pay only about 10% of coverage costs, not the 70% it did in the past. Some retirees say the sudden burden is a shock since they relied on what they thought was a long-term commitment from their former employer. Finally, Tennessee is seeking execution dates for 10 death row inmates. It's an unprecedented move for a state that's executed only 6 inmates since 1960. One official says they've never seen a state request 10 execution dates all at once. The 10 inmates include Leroy Hall, who set his ex-girlfriend on fire as she sat in her car in Hamilton County in 1991. She died after several hours. Attorneys for the condemned men are asking a court to halt the executions over questions about the lethal injection drug that the state plans to use. But the state says the 10 have already exhausted the normal appeals process, and they've been sitting on death row for an average of nearly 30 years. Turning to weather, we'll see showers and thunderstorms all day today with a high near 51 degrees. The low tonight will be around 38. That's today's newscast. Thanks for being with us. You can find more on these stories and breaking news all day long at timesfreepress.com.